All right, hello YouTube. We are back with another cook-up. We are here in the temporary studio space. If you didn't see my vlog, I am redoing my studio / office room. So please be sure to go check out that video after this one. But it is 5:30 a.m. I can't sleep, so we're just gonna cook up. All right, FL Studio, fresh project pulled up. We're gonna start off like let's go to 150 BPM. I'm gonna keep it kind of simple today. Now I have no idea what I want to make, but I'm in the mood, some trap, hip hop, maybe some sort of dark beat. So let's find an instrument to start with. All right, so I found this really cool Volitions layer. This is Decent Sampler, which is a totally free VST, free sampler, kind of like Analog Labs or anything like that. So this thing I really like. This is by Venus Theory. This is sick. So let's record something here. Now I'm going to copy these. I want to bring one up 2 octaves, which is really high up. And then bring these ones down in velocity. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of piano under this. All right, so we got Arcade pulled up. There's just a basic classic grand I've really liked from here lately. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to add a pad underneath the keys that we just wrote. So we're just gonna add a pattern 3. We are going to add Analog Labs here. All right, so here we're gonna go to our pads. We're gonna start with this choir because it's one that I know that I like. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your pattern 2 that has the keys on it, Control C, 3, and we're gonna paste that down. Now, this is gonna be too low of a register. So we're going to take out those middle notes and we're going to bump this up probably just 2 for now and then listen to maybe just up 1 octave and listen to this. Okay, I like the register, but we might pick a different pad. Okay, I like that one. We're going to get rid of this break here and we're just going to make it 1 long note. Same thing here. That's tough. We just need 1 more sound for now and then we're good. These dark beats, I want to keep them simple. You don't want too much going on. I don't even know what I want for the next sound, so we're just going to start trying until I find something I like. All right. Last sound we're pulling up is this Strawberry Pop Flute. It's going to sound a little odd at first, but with a little mixing after, it's going to be really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to start mixing this loop a little bit, and then we're going to go add the drums to it. So we're going to send everything to the channel rack. On the master, we are just going to add a Fruity Soft Clipper, and we're going to do a compressor, fast master, and we're just going to leave it at that. Typically when you send beats out, you don't want to over mix them because there might be an engineer or someone on the other end who's going to want to mix it. So I don't go crazy with this stuff. And now we're just going to go 1 layer at a time. So we're going to start here with those strings I started with. That's all I'm going to do to that. Okay. Now on the keys, we're going to do a little work here. All right, we're gonna add a low enhanced chorus. So because this piano is all like this low end, I want to add a little low end chorus, which is kind of what this fruity low enhanced does. I'll have you listen to the difference here with it off and on. All right, easy. That's all I'm gonna do. Actually, you know what else I might do? I lied. I am also going to add a really, really small amount of delay to this just to fill this out a little. So we're essentially just going to open fruity delay, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this wet way down. Perfect, that's literally it. Yeah, it's barely there, that's what I want. All right, next sound. I'm not going to touch that, I'm just going to leave it alone. It sounds good. Now this needs some work. But again, pretty simple. We're just going to put some reverb on it to start. And then same thing, we're going to throw a little delay on. That's the kind of the basic stuff you're going to use for a lot, reverb and delay. It's just how much of a mix do you use with them. Okay, and I'm also going to try, not a lot of people use this, but there's a flanger and a chorus. And then there's this fruity flangist, which I really like for things like guitars, but I'm going to try it on this flute too. It's just sick. Just listen to the difference. So a flanger kind of modulates the volume. I believe it either pans left and right or gets it quieter and louder. And then the chorus can like double or triple essentially like the octaves or the noise that you're hearing. So those two combined I really love, but we're just gonna find a preset here that I like for this. Oh, see, that's sick. All right, so what this flanger is doing is it's panning it left to right between my speakers, and this speed knob is adjusting how quickly it goes. So that's really all we're gonna do. So let's listen to all of these together. Wait. All right, beautiful. I love that melody. I love that loop. So now we're just gonna go start on the drums. Okay, so the way I start is we're just gonna fill this out. We're gonna right click, fill each two steps. We're gonna left click, wrench, turn the shift up so the hi-hat is a little off time. And we're gonna listen to that first. All right, I'm gonna record in the kick for this one. Snare, we're probably just going to start by keeping it on the 3 and the 7, like a standard trap pattern. I do want to pick a different snare that cuts through this mix a little bit better. That's my basic drum pattern. We're gonna go in and we're gonna go to the 808 next. What we're gonna do is we are just going to, because I want this to hit right on with those kicks, we're going to copy the kick pattern onto this really quick. But we're going to move it up to A, This thing goes forever. So I need that to end a little sooner, so we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna actually make our own out. So we're gonna turn this out up, and you'll see this will end sooner. At some point. Okay. Whoa, no one. Sick. Okay, now, next thing, we are going to add a accent hi-hat. So we have that main hi-hat pattern, we're going to add a second hi-hat. So here's our filler hi-hat pattern. Here's what this sounds like together. All right, and then really we're on to the last part, which is our perks. So we're gonna add one more here. A lot of times my perks will only just be, you know, 1 bar, 4 measures. And I'll just double it because the perks should be really simple and you're not going to use them a lot. So one thing I've been loving lately is that just like triangle sound, just kind of right on beat. I think that sounds so good. So let's find that. Like, I don't know where I have it, but I want like a laser perk. I just don't know where I would find it right now. I can maybe work with this one. I want to. I don't like it. Where is this gonna be? Right there, found it. We're gonna pan this a little to the left, and we're gonna pan the triangle a little to the right. So we are gonna send these couple to the rack, and I like this Detroit perk, but it's a little flat, so we're gonna do a little reverb on here. Now you're typically gonna have to turn the wet down. Perfect. All right, I want one more noise. So pretty much done here. The only thing I want to do is add a snare roll. So, but I don't want it to hit all the time. now, final part, we just arrange it. All right, beat is arranged. Really quickly to go over it, the intro is just a couple instruments without these flutes. Then we bring everything in except the pad, because I want to bring that texture back in when we get into our bars. So then we get into, our bars here, and we have just the piano and the pad because we want to leave some open space. Then we bring back in those strings I started with, and we also add back in the perks. And then we go into this little bridge here where I take out the main drum pattern, I take out the 808, I leave in the hi-hat accent and the perk, which gives it kind of a cool little effect. And then we kind of just copy that one more time, and then we actually copy, the bridge is gonna be our outro. We're just gonna leave it as is for now. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go add in like my tag, I'm gonna add in the cymbals, things like that, and then we're done. All right, beat is finished. So all we did was we added a little reverse cymbal, reverse bell, copied those over to when the bridge ends, and then the last thing we added was this little fire sample. And that we use as a little bit of texture for the intro, the bridge, and the outro. So let's just give this a final listen through. Alright, that is it for today's video. I appreciate you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, and be sure to check out for future YouTube videos. I appreciate you being here.